What's going on, all you wild galactic bounty hunters out there? It's your two favorite wild uncles back here for Cinephellas. And we're back with a brand new series that just debuted on Disney Plus in beginning of March. And of course, we're talking about our favorite Star Wars series, The Mandalorian, Season 3.
Season 3.
This is the way.
Pedro Pascal, he's back on TV. Can't get enough of this guy lately.
What a year for this guy. Jeez.
For real. Man, killing it.
Hit after the next. He's the household name right now. Everybody's talking about this guy, but it really kickstarted it with The Mandalorian a few years ago when season 1 premiered, and we fell in love with it. Reviewed all seasons leading up to season 3. We're back having a fun adventure with our favorite characters behind us, The Mandalorian. Of course, Baby Yoda, otherwise known as Grogu.
That's right. The child has returned. The last time we saw them was actually on the Boba Fett series, which reunited the two of them. Thank God, because without Grogu and Din Djarin together, it just works. It just makes The Mandalorian special. Just makes the show. Separating them, it wouldn't have been a good idea. And I think that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni kind of recognized that. Moving forward, it was going to have to be the two of them. And that's kind of like The Mandalorian's main focus, what he needs to protect the child at all costs. And hopefully along this journey we're taking along these seasons, we're going to see like how that pays off and what it's going to lead into. But yeah, season 3 here. It's finally kicking off. It's been a while since we've seen old Din Djarin, the Mandalorian himself, Mando, you can say. Basically him swooping into the rescue. We see a young Mandalorian, much like himself, on a beach. There's a bunch of other Mandalorians, and there's kind of an attack by a huge sea monster. And it's this really cool action scene to kick off the episode, which is really cool how they did it. It's this massive creature that looks like it's something off of Jurassic World.
He's strolling up in his badass starfighter, which is like the iconic, ride for the Mandalorian right now. Everybody's talking about. It's really cool looking. He just like swoops in all badass, saves the day. Reintroduces these characters. It's been a minute since Boba Fett's trying to get reintroduced and get, the chemistry that we all love, and they really kicked that off on the right foot. Honestly, with Daddy Mandalorian and of course Grogu being cute as always, cooing like a baby and always up for an adventure and helping him out, his dad, throughout this space adventure.
Yeah, just the two of them work so well together. They're on this adventure, and this season's going to be a lot about Mando going to Mandalore and trying to get back in their good graces. He now wields the dark saber, which is in the poster behind you. That awesome looking lightsaber there that he has, or the sword. Actually, it's not really a lightsaber, but it's whoever wields that is supposed to wield all the power. So this episode, it's all about his journey to go revisit with BO-KATAN and eventually going down to the mines of Mandalore and, continue the journey and hopefully get back in, the Mandalorian's race, his good graces, ever since he took off his helmet and kind of went against all the teachings that he was taught up until then. So it's going to be about going to Mandalore this season. But a really awesome, space battle where he's in the starfighter and he comes across some bad people. They go and travel to see
Grief Karga, played by Carl Weathers, old Apollo Creed, returning. I think it's the first time they've seen him since season 1, but they end up meeting up with Grief Karga, and there's a funny scene where Mandalorian's like shooting and he throws Baby Yoda. Carl Weathers like catches like a football. It makes a little sound. It's really like a really comedic scene, but reintroducing those characters and their friendship. It's been a minute seeing them reunited. It was a really great scene.
Yeah, really cool scene. He's basically the mayor of his town there, and we also see the droid that was played by Taika Waititi in the series before and Rogue One, and I think he got destroyed in battle the last time that we saw him, and he's kind of in statue form, and Mando and Grogu see him and they want to repair him and bring him back to life. So that's a cool kind of thing that we're going to see the rest of the season. They brought him to the repair center, and it was the little the creatures there that were fixing them that we saw from Rise of Skywalker. I think they were in a pretty cool scene. So hopefully we'll see the droid back and continue these adventures. But a really fun way to kick off season 3. Nothing crazy happened. Basically, it's going to be Mando going to Mandalore this season and all the adventure that awaits there. There's going to be some crazy stuff that goes down. Does every season. Every season's been bigger than the last. We haven't seen the last of several characters that we've seen. Hopefully we'll see the return of like Bill Burr's character. He's still out there. And then we have Timothy Oliphant's character, who we last saw in a Bacta tank. Or a Bacta tank. So that's going to be interesting to see if they come back this season and what new characters we're going to see introduced. Last season we saw a lot. We saw, a lot of characters come over from the Clone Wars and Dave Filoni's, animated shows. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
Hopefully they bring back Ahsoka Tano, little Rosario Dawson coming back. That'd be cool to see her. I know they have her show coming out, already filming it and everything, but I'd love to see her pop up in Mandalorian and hang out with, Mando and Grogu again would be awesome. But really great episode, really setting up for the rest of the season, just trying to get everybody familiar with this world again. It's been a minute, reintroducing all these characters, space adventure. You're going to have a good time. All the CGI, the fight scenes, and that's really great. A lot of funny bits in this as well. Scenes between Grogu and Mandalorian being the best. Reintroducing Grief Karga, played by Carl Weathers. IG-11, the old, droid from, I think it was destroyed in the first season, voiced by Taika Waititi. It'd be cool if that returns to help them out, what they need to do in Mandalore. And then also going back and trying to find the minds to take a bath or whatever it is to ask for forgiveness, become a Mandalorian again. That's really going to be a big setup of this. Them, making their way to the mines and what happens there. But really had a great time in the first episode. I'm excited to see what happens throughout the rest of the season. They always do a really great job with the Mandalorian. Huge fan, and had a really great time in the first episode. So that being said, I'll give episode 1 a 4 out of 5 Grief Karga hair pieces.
This one was a shorter premiere than we're used to. It was a little over 30 minutes, so not that long, but it does a good job reestablishing the characters, reestablishing Mando and Grogu together, reintroducing us to some other characters. Grief Karga, IG-11 was awesome to see, and BO-KATAN there at the end. Some awesome space battles that we saw there, some awesome fight scenes, and just the great scenes. Mando and Grogu together, they're awesome together. I can't wait to see where the rest of the season goes. I'm excited. There hasn't been a lot of spoilers or anything this season, so it feels like a big mystery that's going to be unraveled, throughout the next few weeks. So I can't wait to see where this goes from here. And I am going to give The Mandalorian Season 3, the first episode, a 4 out of 5 Grogu hair pieces.
I almost forgot to bring up Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan. She was fantastic. There's going to be some major conflict between her and Mandalorian. Obviously, in the first episode, we see her sitting up on the throne, and there's a lot of tension there having to do with the Darksaber behind me. So she's going to be a big part of this season. She had a little bit in the last season, but I think her characters can be a much bigger part of the season. So I'm looking forward to that. She's a fantastic actress. I love everything she does.
So thank you guys so much for watching our review of the first episode of season 3 of The Mandalorian. It's great to be back in the Star Wars universe. I kind of like it. We're not getting a lot from the Star Wars universe. Over the past few years, it's been oversaturated. They're taking their time with it, building it back up to something special. And it all, started with The Mandalorian. I love what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are doing here. And this season promises to be exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens from here. We want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of the season premiere of The Mandalorian? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, don't forget to click subscribe. Also, stay tuned to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for all the latest and greatest TV and movie news and reviews.
That's it for these two galactic schmucks up here. Signing out until the next TV review.
Cheers!